All royals have rules for their personal attendants, but Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have broken tradition in a number of ways, either with much more lenient or far stricter regulations for the people who work for them. When Prince Harry and Meghan Markle were living at Frogmore Cottage in Windsor, a report in The Sun indicated that the couple's staff were banned from petting their dog. While it is difficult to pinpoint the exact origin of this rumour, it seems that it all began with a neighbourhood meeting. Reportedly, one of the couple's managers informed their neighbours, which included several members of their staff, that Harry and Meghan had a list of rules for everyone in the vicinity to follow. One of these rules dictated that nobody in their neighbourhood could pet their dog. Following the incident, Buckingham Palace told The Sun that the couple did not come up with these restrictions. Apparently, the manager, who the palace characterised as an overly protective palace official, made these rules on Harry and Meghan's behalf. Compellingly, however, this is not the only rule the couple has enforced with regard to their dog. According to a piece in Elle, the Sussexes didn't divulge the name of their dog, Cullum, for 2 years. It seems they're simply extra protective of their pooch. The Sun reports that one of Harry and Meghan's managers also warned neighbours and staff not to initiate a casual conversation with the couple on the street. They were reportedly told to wait and see if Harry and Meghan approached them. By some accounts, this rule didn't go over well. One anonymous staffer told The Sun that they couldn't help but compare Harry and Meghan to Queen Elizabeth II, who often enjoyed being greeted by her staff. The staffer said, "Everyone who lives on the estate works for the royals. We aren't told how to behave around the Queen like this. She's very happy for people to greet her." Buckingham Palace claimed that Harry and Meghan had nothing to do with this rule, and it is possible that their staff manager enforced it due to their having an intense need for privacy. In the Netflix documentary, Harry and Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex divulged that, while she was living in Toronto, the British paparazzi used her neighbours to terrorise her.
They had paid certain neighbors to put a live stream camera into my backyard.
The Sun noted that the list of rules from Harry and Meghan's manager included a caveat to the "do not approach" rule. Apparently, if Harry or Meghan initiated a conversation, a staffer could ostensibly reply with 2 words: "Good morning." Buckingham Palace told The Sun that these rules were put in place by a palace official and not by the Sussexes themselves. Royal expert Ingrid Seward told the outlet that these stringent rules indicate the way that Harry and Meghan's staff believed the couple desired to be treated. Seward said, "It sounds as if Harry and Meghan's incessant demands for privacy means that palace officials are second-guessing what they might want. These sort of incidents may have led Meghan to worry about the media's portrayal of her as a difficult woman. In an episode of her podcast, Archetypes, the Duchess of Sussex argued difficult is often code for the B word.
Calling someone the B word, labeling them as difficult, it's often a way to insult and dismiss someone.
Meghan's biographers, Omid Scobie and Carolyn Durand, told Insider that many media portrayals of Meghan are false. In the same list of requests that appeared in The Sun, a palace official asked that no one put anything into the couple's mailbox. While this might seem like a shocking request to make of people who live in the same neighbourhood, it does seem to reflect the trauma that the couple has potentially faced at the hands of the media. In their Netflix docuseries, Harry and Meghan, the couple opened up about the impact of the British paparazzi on their emotional well-being. Meghan, in particular, reported feeling frightened by photographers that followed her. Apparently, she didn't even feel the same in her own home.
My house was just surrounded. Just men sitting in their cars all the time, waiting for me to do anything.
The Duchess of Sussex went on to describe how this intense media attention turned her into something of a recluse, describing her life as much more insular. Sadly, one of the most terrifying moments for Meghan was reportedly receiving a death threat. In the docuseries, Meghan described how, following that experience, she felt she needed considerably more security. Perhaps, then, the palace officials' no mailbox rules stemmed from a desire to keep Meghan safe. Some rumours hint that Prince Harry had a difficult relationship with his employees long before Meghan came around. According to a Good Morning Britain interview with royal expert Valentine Lowe, Harry used to ask his staffers for constant reassurance of their loyalty. Lowe said that Harry distrusted other household staff members and,
even those close to him who work for him, he used to set them loyalty tests. You were always saying, are you actually helping me? Or have you become one of them?
apparently, this practice stemmed from the prince's deep-seated distrust of the British press. Lowe added, Harry had this obsession with the media. He could have hated the media. He distrusted a lot of courtiers. The royal expert emphasised that this mistrust of both the media and the staff dates back to before Harry was with Meghan. In the book, Battle of Brothers, royal historian Robert Lacey theorised that Harry's issues began when he wore a Nazi uniform to a Halloween party. Lacey contends that Harry and William both chose the costume, but Harry alone took the heat since he was the one wearing it. While it's impossible to know for sure, it seems likely that these sort of incidents led Harry to lose trust in those around him, including his staff. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle aren't too concerned about job experience when it comes to hiring housekeepers. The couple has a more specific rule that guides them in their hiring decisions. Have a go-getter's disposition. According to a 2020 report in House Beautiful, Harry and Meghan released a posting for an assistant housekeeper with plenty of positive personality traits. The two were reportedly looking for someone with a proactive approach and the ability to tackle new challenges. Candidates who lacked prior experience were not discouraged from applying. As the job description made clear, previous housekeeping or hospitality experience would be an advantage, but is not essential. Although Harry and Meghan have a fairly modern approach to choosing a housekeeper, the same cannot be said about other members of the royal family. To work in the household of the late Queen Elizabeth, for example, housekeepers had to pass a secret test. In the Channel 5 documentary Sandringham, The Royals at Christmas, Buckingham Palace's head of recruitment, Tracy Waterman, divulged how she hires royal housekeepers. Waterman plants a dead fly in the room where she is interviewing a candidate. She said, "It's a great test. Maybe out of 10 people, half the candidates will notice the fly. 1 out of 10 will actually bend down and pick it up. That's the special housekeeper." While Prince Harry and Meghan Markle clearly value their privacy, the pair don't seem to have a rule demanding any sort of formality. In his book, Courtiers, The Hidden Power Behind the Crown, royal expert Valentine Lowe detailed an occasion when a member of Harry's staff broke protocol. Lowe writes that Harry's former press secretary, Ed Perkins, once texted him, "Hello mate." Mate is a far cry from Your Highness, and Perkins quickly realised his mistake and apologised. Harry, however, seemed unbothered by the whole mix-up. According to Lowe's book, the prince told him not to worry. This interaction demonstrates an enormous contrast to the way Harry's father, King Charles III, approaches his staff. In an interview with Express, Valentine Lowe explained, in Charles's household, when he was Prince of Wales, first thing in the morning, it was Your Royal Highness, and last thing at night, Your Royal Highness. In that sense, it seems that Harry is trying to establish household rules that don't prioritise protocol the way that previous generations certainly have. Harry and Meghan also apparently have no rule obliging their employees to curtsy. They have even encouraged staffers to hug them. In an episode of the podcast The Breakfast Club with Zenzele and Debele, their former nanny, Lorraine Kumalo, said she initially thought that Harry would be a princely figure, entrenched in royal protocol. When it came time for her to greet the prince, however, Kumalo encountered a much more casual guy. She explained,
I kept asking his PPO, so protection officer, that do I curtsy?
In the end, Kumalo said that she wasn't told to curtsy for the prince. Instead, she recalled that Harry greeted her with open arms and gave her a hug. While this interaction represents a major deviation from royal protocol, it makes sense, given Meghan's past. As the Duchess of Sussex revealed in the docuseries Harry and Meghan, she was caught off guard when asked to curtsy for Queen Elizabeth.
And I just thought it was a joke.
According to the book Finding Freedom by Omid Scobie and Carolyn Durand, Harry and Meghan didn't want their household to be bustling with people. The authors write that the couple wanted their home to be cozy and private. For this reason, Harry and Meghan reportedly chose against asking their staff to stay overnight. Even the couple's beloved nanny, Lorraine Camalo, did not live with them full-time. This was far from being the only report, indicating that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex wanted to break from the royal tradition of keeping household staff around the clock. In an interview with Grazia, royal correspondent Katie Nicholl revealed that Harry and Meghan largely operate with a scaled-down team during their time at Frogmore Cottage. Nicholl told the outlet that the couple took their time hiring help, and even went for quite some time without a nanny or a chef.